Hello.
Hey, everybody. It's so great to be with you a day early. We
Yep.
usually are crafting on Fridays together, but I'm going to be crazy busy over the next few days. So we thought we couldn't skip our weekly
Yeah.
craft session with you. So we're coming a day early to bring you all kinds of patriotic DIY, easy, budget friendly, Dollar Tree crafting goodness. So
And I
many
love
excellent
this
things
one.
thrown in there.
Yep, it's so fun. Really almost everything. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. Everything is from the Dollar Tree
Everything.
for this one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. The inspiration came from their beaded wreaths. They're now stocking these all the time. Like
Yep.
they had them out for a little while, and then they kind of, at least around here, they went away. And now I feel like they're really beefing up their craft section, which helps us put this little beauty together today. So I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us today. If you don't know who we are, I'm Patty Quinn, and I'm here with Hillary.
Hello, everybody.
And we are the co-founders of Hound DIY. And today we're going to be making a 4th of July kind of beaded centerpiece
Hmm.
for your tabletop. You could put this on your front porch to welcome your guests. It's something that's to be super cute. I had never done one of these before, so I was pretty excited to give it a try.
And I've actually seen a sort of pre-built version of this at
Oh,
a different Dollar Tree where it could kind of help you create it. But I love our
okay.
version because that version didn't use the wooden beaded
Oh,
wreath
yeah.
forms. So I love this one and the little extra zhuzhing up that we do with the wooden beads. So yeah, this one
Yep.
this one is really cute and fun.
Exactly. So you're going to need two of these beaded rings, and we're going to end up crisscrossing them. So that's going to be kind of the main structural component to this. But rather than just keep them plain Jane,
Yeah.
they're pretty as is. And actually, you could do that; it would still be pretty. But we want to kind of add a little pizzazz to our 4th of July celebration. And so I found these beaded garlands. They have different little embellishments at the end. There's hearts, there's little top hats. I think there's a little round USA little
Yeah.
insignia. I just fell in love with the heart. I think it's so cute. And of course, the red, white, and blue beads. So you'll need something like that. If you don't have the supplies that we're talking about, we have links to those, right, Hillary?
Yeah, so we
So,
have alternative links that are available on Amazon. So you can check out the
yeah,
link in the description, and we have all the similar items to what we're talking about, or exactly the same items available
yeah,
on Amazon. So you can check
yeah,
those out. It helps support our channel, so that would be awesome if you choose to do
yeah,
that. Otherwise,
yeah,
run to your Dollar Tree while they're still available because this
yeah,
stuff with the holiday coming up so quickly, this stuff will
yeah.
be kind of flying off the shelves. So that's one of the things. Like if you see the garland, the beaded garland, grab it while you can
Yeah.
still get it. Don't wait on it.
Yeah, and the heart ones seem to go quickly. So,
Yep.
you might be able to find this with a different embellishment at the end. But I think the heart is just super cute. So if you're
Yep.
looking for that, run to Dollar Tree or use the link that we have provided, which is great. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to you're going to get some pliers and open up the one of the ends on your wreath form. And sometimes it's been easier than others. Um, Sometimes it takes a little muscle, but they
Yep.
do come apart. It just takes a little bit of effort. And you're going to want to straighten that out because we're going to empty our wreath ring of all the beads. So I have a bowl here to put mine in because otherwise they'll go flying everywhere. So I want to empty all but 4 beads off of this wreath ring. And we're going to come up with a really fun pattern using the red, white, and blue beads when we string this back on. So I'm leaving 4 on here. You can do whatever pattern you want. It's
Yep.
totally fine. So I've got 4 of those on. And then I've already pulled apart my beaded little garland, and I have those beads in a bowl. And so I'm just going to start adding a red and a white and a blue.
And I don't remember if we mentioned, so you'll need 2 of both. So 2 of the wooden,
Oh, right.
2 of the wooden wreath forms, the
Yep.
beaded wreath forms, and 2 of the garlands as well.
Yeah. And it's pretty easy to pull the garland apart. I just unknotted the embellishment at the bottom. It's just got a knot on it, and you can cut it off. It's fine too. We will be using some of the jute on that string, but not a lot. So we're going to do 4 bare natural wood beads, and then the red, white, and blue is the pattern we're going with. But again, you could string the whole thing red, white, and blue if you wanted to.
Yep. You might need some more garlands
yeah,
if you did it that way.
Yeah. But that's kind of I like the idea of adding the red, white, and blue, but I didn't want it so busy because we're putting 2 of these crisscross together. But, you know, it really just depends on the look you're going for. So.
And you could do like a bunch of red and then a bunch of white and then a bunch of blue. Like you could cool. Do it a ton of different ways. So really,
totally customize it.
Yeah.
So you can
whatever you want to try to do this one. But this pattern happens to work out perfectly, which is really satisfying for my
OCD. Yep. That's me too. Me too. I think that's why we get along so well. Because that was the same for me. All right. And I actually did try a 3-3-3 pattern. So a 3 natural, the 3 red, white, and blue, and then a 3 natural pattern. That works out as well, but it just ends up adding more color. Like it just gets a little too busy. So I decided to do the 4 and 3 pattern, and that works out beautifully. So the nice thing is you can play with the patterns. You can try a pattern, you know, go, you know, do about half a strand or do a whole hoop and see what it looks like. And if you're happy with it, great. If not, you can totally undo it. That's what's so nice about this. You're not gluing anything in place and have to pull it apart, all the things.
And it's really easy.
Very
like this is not.
Yeah. The kids could do this. Yeah.
Yep.
This will be another fun girls craft night too project, I think.
It would be fun. So we're going to be using some artificial flowers, but if you did like a craft party or a craft night, doing real flowers would be really fun.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. I love that idea. You just know how to level up the game. You're always thinking. All right. And on the beaded garland, well, never mind. I was going to say, yeah, I guess it is in a red, white, and blue pattern, but it kind of starts with like the white or the blue or, you know, I just like the colors on the outside of this so that the white and the natural don't blend in with one another.
Yeah, you kind of want that contrast so that you can really see the colored pieces pop.
Yeah, yes. And so that the white shows up.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would just kind of blend in. And some of the beads have a little discoloration. So you can just, we're not going to put all the beads back. So if you want to pick out your favorites, if it's one of them has a little blemish, you can put it back and change it out for another one. I just hit myself in the face with this thing.
We knew that this one would be dangerous.
Yeah, the dangers of crafting. I'm just like trying to balance this thing and it's just swinging one way or the other. I'm glad there's not a windstorm in the house here. I'd be in a big trouble. All right. Slippery little suckers.
Yep, I lost a couple.
Yes, they like to roam. All right. How did you beat me? All right. There we go. So when we're done, we want to connect it back together.
And it might get like the wire that's in here is pretty flexible, so as you're trying to connect it back together, if the circle might get a little bit misshapen, don't worry about that too much. You can reshape it once you get them connected.
Yep.
Because this is I would say the most challenging part is just like opening the wire form and then closing it back up again.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be perfectly.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Don't worry if it doesn't get perfectly back together, because we're going to be tying that up to secure it even more.
There you can see how it's kind of bent and squared right there. I'll just rebend that into the circle shape.
Super cute. I love this. All right. So then you're going to do this twice. So you get 2 of them. I could wear these for earrings for the 4th of July. Big hoop earrings. All right. So once you have both of these done, the next step, you basically want to crisscross these together like that. It's not going to stay in place until we do the next step, which is to get a piece of foam. And you're going to carve a little channel out of it so that one strand of those beads, that beaded wreath, can fit into that little channel. And so we're going to do that now. We're just going to add some hot glue and get a good amount in there. Give it some stability. And then only one of those beaded wreaths will fit in the channel, which is fine. But the other beaded wreath will be sitting on top of the foam. And so you can glue that one in place. You can glue the beads on the inside ring onto the foam once you've got this set. So give everything a good dose of glue. Make sure it stays upright and together. And then we'll just wait there for a second. Let that dry. And then while that's drying, you have the jute from the string of beads, the beaded garland. And we're just going to cut off a nice length of that. And then we're just going to crisscross and wrap that over the top where the metal connections are. And we're going to secure the top. And you could have done that first. Either way is fine. But I need to get some scissors. And I'm just going to cut a nice long piece of jute, and I can always trim it. So we're repurposing.
Yeah, we don't even have to really dip into our craft stash for this
one. No. And there's no rhyme or reason to wrapping it. Just we're just trying to secure everything together. So just go back and around and over and under. Until you feel like the top is good and secure, and then just tie a knot and we'll cut that off as closely as you can. I'm going to double knot it. We've got a nice little sculpture here. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is so it's so fun. Like in real life, it is like you've got the texture, you've got the wooden
Yep.
beads, you know, it's so cute.
Yeah, really cool. All right. And then for the string on top, if you want, you can always add a little dab of glue up there too. So if you're concerned about that coming apart, but I really don't feel like, you know, unless you've got kids in the house that might mess with it or anything like that. I think this is pretty well structurally sound. Looks good. It looks so pretty. And you can see now how like the number of red, white, and blue beads adding to that, how busy this could look, you know, if we added more. Once you put this together, you really get the idea of the overall look and effect. And I think visually it's nice to have the spacers with the natural beads in there. But again, it just depends on the look you're going for. You could do all red, white, and blue beads, and then we're going to put flowers at the bottom. You could just do all white flowers. You know, you could make the base simple and the architecture busy, right? So you just have a balance. We're going to add red, white, and blue flowers. So we wanted the architectural pieces to be a little more subtle. But yeah, you could. And I love the idea of actual flowers. That would be so gorgeous. How impressive would this be with real flowers in it?
Yeah, I think that would be really fun. And since it's summer, you know, like you have so many choices. This would be a really fun like hostess gift or something like that if you used real flowers, you know.
Yeah, and you could put this in a tray of shallow tray of water, and then that would just feed those fresh flowers for a long, long time. So I love that idea. All right, once we're all squared away and the glue is dried and we feel pretty good about it, about moving on to the next step, we're going to I found some really cute carnations at Dollar Tree that were red and white. Super cute. They kind of remind me of fireworks, so I love that. And then I got these little blue flowers as well. So grab your mix of red, white, and blue. And I'm cutting pretty short stems, depending on the size of your foam block. And we're just going to start adding them in. And the idea is to vary up the colors and cover up the foam. So we want to kind of hide the green foam.
Yeah, so you'll want them kind of, it's nice to have those carnations because they're a nice wide flower to work with.
Yeah, they cover up quite a bit, which is nice.
And there's, honestly, we're doing red, white, and blue, but there's no right or wrong for this. You can do anything that you want.
Yeah, like I said, you could do all one color if you wanted to. And this goes together pretty quickly.
And as I always say, like more is more. Just keep building, just keep layering, you know, kind of layering those different textures, layering those different flowers. I might need to actually grab a few more from my stash.
Yeah.
I was using a square piece of, so I think Patty's foam is the little kind of circle piece of foam from Dollar Tree. I was using a square one that I just cut down a little bit. So.
Oh, okay. And you're not necessarily creating a ball, but it doesn't have to be, they don't all have to be the same height. You can vary the heights and everything as well. The idea is just to try and cover up the foam a bit so it's not the first thing you see. Cute.
Yeah. These are coming together. And I would say definitely grab a few bundles of your flowers because in order to get the foam covered, you're gonna want some extra to play with.
Yeah. This is fun. I love flower arranging. It's like one of my favorite things to do.
It's so relaxing.
And it's just fun to see it come together, you know?
Yep.
Like it just starts. And who doesn't love flowers? They just make you happy.
And Dollar Tree, this is another place where I feel like Dollar Tree has really started to step up their game, their flower selections.
And they look a little more realistic than they used to. I feel like before they used to look really artificial, and now I feel like they're really up in their game, which is cool. Cute. I'm just kind of making sure my foam is covered visually. This reminds me of those floral arrangements that look like little doggy cakes, you know, like little doggies, you know, or not a cake, but like a dog. They, you know, they arrange the flowers in such a pattern that I think they use carnations for that. So cute. And then kind of think about where the front of your bouquet is going to be, like how you want it to look visually from the front. Although this can be, you can see this from any side.
Yep. And especially if it's a centerpiece, like on a table or something like that, it's nice because it'll kind of work from any direction.
Yep. All right. Sweet. So I think I used 2 bunches of red carnations and 1 white bunch of carnations, and then just a few of the blue flowers from one of the stems that I grabbed at Dollar Tree.
So I had these that are the Patriotic bunch, and I think you'd need like 4 of these in order to cover the entire base. So I'm going to just grab a few from my stash to cover up the rest of the base there. And then I have some of these that might get tucked in and around as well.
Oh, that'll be so pretty.
Once I tuck around the actual base here.
Oh, that's going to be so pretty. All right. So then the next step, this is going to be fun. So the little heart embellishment that we had from our beaded ring, we're going to take this piece and we're going to add some glue to the back of it, and we're going to stick it to, you can stick it to a skewer, or you can stick it, I actually just cut off one of the stems from my flower. So again, we're just repurposing what you already have. So the green stems that came from the bouquet, I took the flowers off, but I had these green stems that have a nice sturdy wire on them. So I just cut off one of the wires and glued it to the back of my little heart. But you can use a skewer, you know, Dollar Tree has nice skewers too that you could use.
And kind of just play around, figure out how tall you're going to need it to work within your arrangement. And that'll tell you where to glue the stem on, or the skewer, either one.
Yep. And then the other thing I did is I had you have a little bit of jute left from your beaded garland, or you can pull out a piece of twine from the tassel. You can pull out one of these and then just make a little bow, and I glued a little bow to cover up the hole. I just think
you could also, if you wanted to like try to restring it, you could try to string it from the top here.
Yes.
The thing about that, since we're using two of these, that it would actually work. You could glue them together. So then you would have it on front on both sides. So then you could just hang it from the center here.
And originally that was what I was thinking of doing, was hanging it. But it was kind of getting in the way of some of my taller flowers too. Yep. So that was the other. So think about that. You could totally hang it. I think it would look super cute hanging from the center. You've got quite a few options. And then we're just going to tuck this in. Where do I want to tuck this in? Maybe here. Love it. So cute. Isn't that adorable? Just tucks right in there. I think this would look so cute on a mantle. Obviously, your table centerpiece would look adorable. But I love the idea of putting this on your front porch and having it greet your guests. It's just a fun little celebration of the 4th of July.
And it's hard. Like, the camera doesn't quite do it justice. Like, when you see it in real life,
it's so
just
pretty.
The architecture, the shape of it, everything.
Yeah.
It's immediately like interesting and so like these little pops of color are so cool.
Yeah.
I love the natural wood beads as well as the pops of color. So this one, it turns out really, really cute. So, and everything is from the Dollar Tree. So definitely run to your Dollar Tree, grab these while they're still available so that you can make this little centerpiece as well.
Exactly. All right. Well, we hope we've inspired you to get out there, run to Dollar Tree, have a little fun this weekend in preparation for the 4th of July holiday. It's important to do something for yourself, and crafting is such a good way to kind of regenerate your spirit, kind of reignite your soul. Thank you, Phyllis. She says it's lovely. Beautiful, ladies. Thank you so much. Get out there, do something for yourself, be creative. You deserve it. We hope we've inspired you to get out there and have a little fun.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.